Hello again there, doll lovers. So I have another video to show you the things that I got from the storage unit that I was going through. And this one's gonna kind of have like a little bit of a theme. It's gonna circulate around some stuff. So, background story. I grew up loving both Star Trek and Star Wars. For me, there is not one better than the other because they are subgenres and they tell different stories even though they are set in the sci-fi world. And we're not going to have a debate here, so I don't want anybody to say, Star Wars or Star Trek is better than the other, because that's not what this is about. So while I was helping my mom go through things, I was finding a lot of the Star Trek memorabilia that my ex-stepfather bought. And the thing was, um, he was not the best dad in the world. And there was a lot of times when I just would have rather him not being part of my mom's, life. But I would not have had my brothers otherwise. One of the few things that I can recall us doing together as a family that I could actually enjoy was watching Star Trek. Started out with The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, and a little bit of Voyager. That was before he finally left. So a lot of my good memories can be kind of contributed to that time frame. So when I watch those shows now, I can actually kind of think back and kind of remember some nice things when he wasn't being a complete ASS. But when he bought a whole bunch of memorabilia, it was just kind of like for him showing off. And even though, okay, so I was the oldest of the four, but I was also the only girl. Me saying I like Star Trek didn't really register because apparently, still at that time in the mid 90s and whatnot, science was still, a man's subject. Girls weren't involved with science, if they could help it, But I actually liked science and biology. I liked when we dissected animals and that we learned about chemicals and nature and how, plasma works and planets and stuff. So I took an interest in Star Trek. But my interest was not pursued and it was not nourished by my stepdad. So, you know, now that he's no longer part of my life, he didn't take everything with him when he left. And a lot of things just got boxed up. So when we discovered them again, I was like, I'm going to take them. Because they obviously weren't that important to him, or he would have taken it with him. And my mom, she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. Just because my youngest brother got to go to the Star Trek convention for his birthday when he was a kid, and, got to meet some celebrities and whatnot, that doesn't mean that I didn't want to do that. I really wanted to. But Star Trek convention was in June, and my birthday's in December. Nothing happens in December, okay? So it was really not fair that it got to be somebody else's birthday gift rather than just something I was interested in and wanted to go to. So that being said, and please, I don't need anybody to comment that I have, unresolved daddy issues and blah blah blah. It's like, I'm an adult, I know what the hell's wrong with my life, and I'm moving past it. All the loose Star Trek collecting cards and other items I gathered up, and I'm going to be going through these individually and taking care of them because there are several in here that are like in good condition and some that are kind of so-so, and there's a few that are also encased in plastic that have their own case. So just different generation, different cards, because there's some here that have Kirk and Spock, and then there's some that have a few of the others. So anyway, I have Star Trek collecting cards. I have the Universal Garage Door Opener, which is a communicator from the original series. So we have the box. The box is slightly damaged, and it has price tag sticker with tape, and it's been taped here. And then we have some of the packaging ripped off. But having the box itself is part of its value, whether or not it's in perfect condition. And I have this communicator here, and it opens up, and you have your buttons. It clips on, and then the back part here has the little circuit board where you can program it to your the connection to your garage door. I don't even know how that all works, but anyway, and then it takes the that kind of battery. So he made such a big fuss about this when he got it, but then he left it behind. So at least now it's going to go to someone who appreciates it and will take good care of it and treasure it for the lovely piece of memorabilia that it is.
Mama, why are you talking Mama?
Well, because I'm doing a video. I have a bookmarker of Saturn, which while I was down visiting my family, we got to see the Death Dive into Saturn, which was the satellite of Cassini. That was pretty cool. I have here this stamp set. This is the old type where you would tear along the perforated line and lick the back and put them on. But these are collector stamps. And these are all about universal things that have happened with outer space. We have like exploring the moon, benefiting mankind, understanding the sun, probing the planets, and comprehending the universe. And this is all in a sealed plastic bag with this cardboard backing to it. Has never been taken out. So that will be treasured. I have a Star Trek TV guide. It is the 35th anniversary tribute edition. And it also still has the pull-out poster still attached. So even though the edge of it's a little curled up, it's all still there. It's still sound. It's nice and holographic and pretty. There's a whole lot of actual Star Trek stuff I have. And I don't know what this is. How to host a mystery, secret clues. But I know that I accidentally threw away the cassette tape. So this is one of those like old games or something, but it's a Star Trek edition. So there's that. I have here a pillowcase. Trade Federation Starfighter. This is actually Star Wars. This is Naboo on here. But like I said, we were a Star Trek and Star Wars loving family. I've got a couple of the old cassette movies. This is just an episode of Deep Space Nine. It's episode 71, but it's still wrapped in cellophane. We have the original motion picture with 12 extra minutes of footage. Then I have Star Trek Insurrection. A few of the other ones were damaged, so we had to throw those away. And then I also have one of the Star Trek novels. Still has its little tag on it. It used to be $4. Star Trek the Kobayashi Maru. Yeah. So it's got a little bit of wear and tear, but I'm still pretty sure that this would be valuable to somebody, but it's more sentimental value to me. And I also have this Star Trek Judgment Rights Limited Collector's Edition Instruction Manual. This is for a game. I took a look inside, and it's an old style video game format, but I don't ever really remember. I don't think I ever got to play the game. I think this was another thing that belonged to my stepdad. We have some more cards. These were in a plastic sleeve. And, let's see, all the rest of these I think are some D&D books and such. Yeah. Yeah. There's also, D&D stuff from my family, because, you know, nerdism runs in the family. Now, these two, next items, we just attribute them to the sci-fi world, but they're not. They're really heavy, too. This is a giant sphere, a solid stone, a marble, granite, whatever. This one we always said looked like Venus. And then this one we always said looked like Neptune. And these are really heavy. And, we used to have more of them, and some were bigger and some were smaller. And, oh lordy, we use these candle holders as a base for them. But now, after I've seen the Saturn's Cassini thing on Nova, I think I would actually contribute the names to be more of Titan and Enceladus, because Enceladus has an icy exterior, and besides, we know that Neptune is a gas giant compared to Venus, so these two being the same size would be more like moons to me than actual planets. But I can't hold them up long enough to show you all the good fine details of them, but we always attribute those to being planets. So that's kind of like in with all this kind of like sci-fi stuff right here. And that is going to conclude it for this video, because all the rest is just kind of like some random stuff. But thank you guys for watching and for being fellow fans like I am, and for loving the things that I love. And when it comes to Star Trek and Star Wars, I just want to consider them two families, that just come from the same tree. But they're just a little different. Alright, so live long and prosper, people. Bye.